Detroit Lions and the Seattle Seahawks. Right now, the Seattle Seahawks are 7.5-point home favorites over the Lions. This thing has ticked up a half point as we've been on air because we figured out that Jared Goff's not going to make it back for the Lions this week. It's a bummer because, listen, this Lions team with Goff out there, I'm not a Goff lover. I'm not even a Goff liker. We'll put that out there. But look, they were entertaining. They were fun with them out there. And at least it was a game that we knew you were going to get this team's best effort. And we could have kind of seen the real state of affairs of what's going on in Seattle. That's not going to be the case here, Brad, after all. So it looks like with him sitting, we're going to get, Tim Boyle, I guess, under center there again for the Lions. And so it makes this game completely unplayable for me.
Yes, I think, again, the look here has to be to the under. I mean, what we saw from the Lions last week is that they slowed it right down. They were going slow with Jared Goff in there. They slowed that down even more last week. And that, it's just hand the ball off behind that offensive line, basically. I just think Pete Carroll is going to be looking at that and going, oh, great, we can do exactly the same thing. I really think you're going to have two teams just run, pass, punt. And then, we've got precipitation out there. We know Russell Wilson is another one of the small hands club who doesn't like the rain. I just think it's a lot of running, and there's 41.5 out there at the minute. Yeah, maybe a 42 if you move quick. And I don't really see where the points are coming from.
Yeah, 41.5 the total. And as you mentioned on the run side of things, Dan Campbell did come out while he was announcing that Jared Goff wasn't going to be back, Stephen. He did say that DeAndre Swift would be, and that he looks fresh and ready to go, is what he said. So it could be just both teams. It could be a running back off in this one. It's just gonna be like both teams just line up and just ram it into the line as many times as humanly possible in this thing.
When we're about an hour in here and the news of this hit at the beginning of the show, the line hasn't moved all that much. You guys are still seeing 7.5, right? I mean, as opposed to the Vikings Packers game, that obviously Kirk Cousins means a lot more than Jared Goff, but that shifted 6 points. So to me, at least in the early going here, and this could be irrelevant by the time you guys listen to this, but these things usually move pretty quickly when there's quarterback news, that the market's telling you there isn't a huge difference between Jared Goff and Tim Boyle. So I bet this well before the Goff news and felt pretty good about getting more than a touchdown on the Lions. And I'm not entirely sure I'm off them here with Tim Boyle starting. I mean, they have an elite offensive line, maybe not elite, but I think they have a top 10 offensive line at this point. I think they've shown that over the past month or so. If you look at EPA and success rate, they've been better than the Seahawks offense over that same span. And that is baking in a Tim Boyle game in there. Yeah. So can they keep it within a touchdown? The Dan Campbell special from 2021, I think it's fair to say that it's definitely possible. I mean, I think, you want to talk about narrative street, Matt. Which of these two teams is playing harder right now to close out the season? It's the Lions.
I would only take the points in this game. I mean, there's no way I'm laying over a touchdown with this version of the Seattle Seahawks. Like that's never happening for sure.
You talked to, I think, Brian McFadden on your VSiN show earlier this week, and he said that, especially teams like the Lions, these guys are playing for contracts next year. They want to be a part of Dan Campbell's team next year. So you could talk about them not being in the race anymore, but these guys are playing for money. These guys are playing for jobs, and few teams of this bottom tier of the NFL have been playing harder than the Detroit Lions to close out the season here. So I think even despite Tim Boyle, I think I'm on Detroit still here.
Yeah, I wish it was Goff because I wanted to play the Lions if it was going to be Goff. That said, like if I were playing the game, I'd only take the points. I'd still only take the points. I'm never laying points with Seattle, especially not over a touchdown. I don't care if it is being played up there in the Pacific Northwest.